Hey everyone, and welcome to UFC Connected. I'm Megan O'Leary, and here's what's coming up on today's show. Get a detailed look at the debut day of Irish sensation Ian Garry.
The bigger the stage, the brighter I shine. Doesn't get much bigger than MSG.
I'm very interested in seeing what this man can bring to the Octagon.
UFC's top stars pay tribute to an Octagon icon, George St-Pierre.
George St-Pierre marched to the beat of his own drum. That's why we love him, and that's why he's a legend.
Dominick Cruz picks his favorite title fights from the WEC era.
You'd never really seen that kind of damage. Me and Faber were deep in our rivalry, so it felt nice to watch it.
And Jan Blachowicz visits troops on a Polish military base.
I won one in my garage.
Irish welterweight Ian Garry signed to the UFC backed by a world of hype, and fans tuned in droves for his UFC 268 debut. Honored to fight inside the world-famous Madison Square Garden, the 23-year-old realized the magnitude of his opportunity, and he rose to the occasion. We got exclusive access to this pivotal moment in the Future's debut day.
There's everywhere. It's a fighter hotel. There's just bags of clothes and bags of clothes and bags of clothes everywhere.
I feel like this is just right. Like, this is what I deserve. It's what I've earned. The hype that I've generated from being a Cage Warriors champion and all the hype I've generated on my rise to that championship is the reason I'm fighting here. It's the reason the UFC see the talent. It's the reason the UFC believe, okay, this kid's legit. Let's roll out the red carpet. Let's give him MSG. Let's put him on the biggest card of the year. They understand what they've got. I'm going to take full advantage of it.
Look at this bad boy.
When Ian is so confident, I have zero doubts at all. I never get worried about the fights. If anything, I just always feel a little bit for the opponent because I know that it's going to be nasty.
If you press this button here, laundry valet, someone will actually come up, pick it up, and then come back.
I don't think they'll deliver it in time.
It's for tomorrow. Oh, the fight's today. Oh yeah, wow.
I got a custom-made suit because you're only in New York for your Madison Square Garden UFC debut once. But it's got some words on it like still pretty, inevitable, the future, ego, disruptive, possessive. How's it look? Do I look smart?
You do look smart.
Do I look smart?
Yeah.
Do I look like a badass?
You do.
Do I look like I'm trying too hard?
You look like you have an attitude problem,
Yeah, that's all right.
which is so true.
Which I do.
That's perfect.
From day one, since I started my fighting, the bigger the stage, the brighter I shine. Doesn't get much bigger than MSG. I'm gonna just walk in there like I always do, singing and dancing, and put on a show. Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got blood on your face, big disgrace.
How are you, babe? I'm good. How are you? Good. Yeah. Normally on their debut, you see them as the week progresses to be a little bit more quiet, more introverted, mind starting to think a little more. Ian's been doing this, maybe just not at UFC level. He's been doing this a lot. So he does have a really good, comfort level about him. So
I'm also quite shy.
You are not shy. There's nothing shy about this kid.
Oh, you beautiful woman. That was so nice. It's a dream. Like, it's a dream come true being here. Now that I'm here, I just get to come in and have fun in that cage. I get to do what I love best every day. I get to train with the best fighters in the world. I get to train with the best coaches in the world. I get to fight with the best organization in the world. Everything couldn't be more perfect. Oh, there we go. That's the range.
He's a natural fighter. He's a good counter fighter, kind of knows how to lay back and pick guys apart. He doesn't play to their beat. He kind of plays to his own beat. He kind of goes at his own rhythm, his own timing. It's always in a great mood. It's nice to work with people that are always up. You don't got to motivate them. They motivate themselves. And the kid can fight too, so that's going to be exciting to watch.
I'm fighting Jordan Williams. I seen him yesterday at the weigh-ins. I know I'm big for the division in the sense of height-wise, but he wasn't stocky, he wasn't tall. I was like, holy okay. And you're the guy that's meant to beat me? No.
So he's gonna go uppercut, He's going to see the right hand. He's going to move off. Head kick. That's it. Game over. Good night. Thank you. The future's here, baby. Come on, quickly. We got to go.
Good luck,
the boys
man.
are going to rush us. Go. Get it quickly. Quickly. Get it.
There we go.
Get it. They said I'm not allowed to jump the cage. If I jump the cage, I get fined. How much do they fine me?
If 3 of us get fined, you have to pay money.
Hey, look. When we get that highlight reel KO, I don't give a about that. Fine. Jump over. Come on into me.
Highlight reel coming out tonight.
MSG.
How are you? Could have been.
Oh, yeah. Me and my mate. You reckon we can replicate this in Madison Square Garden again? The flag, the shorts won't be the same, they'll be purple. Those shorts will be purple. But we can have the 2 belts and the flag. We can do it.
Ian is a character, you know, it's something that we like in our gym, of course. We have a lot of different people in our gym. He's a good fit, you know, very talented kid. So I'm very curious and I'm very excited to see his first fight in the real show. I feel, of course, that's also a little nervous energy, but that's very normal because you're going to fight another guy in the biggest card of the year, you know. Young kid like that with 9 fights, that's very special. I'm excited to hit a first bell go and sit down on my chair and see what he's going to do.
Still feels surreal. Still doesn't feel like it's real. I'm about to make the walk for the UFC debut. It feels like, it just feels like another normal day. Madness.
All right, Ian, it's your time.
Let's go.
Good luck, bro.
Your show.
Jordan Williams hopes to permanently erase the 0 that currently resides in his opponent's loss column. Williams believes that his undefeated foe, Ian Garry, is currently riding a hype train.
All right, so here is the man who has been all the rage in New York City this week. Ian Garry, former Cage Warriors welterweight champion, won that belt in June, relocated to South Florida on August 1st. We had our fighter meeting with him. Confidence not an issue.
He's got a lot of confidence, and he should. He's incredibly skillful, and he's got that I believe I am the man mindset. The only way this is going to change is if Jordan Williams takes that from him. And we've seen that too. We've seen guys come in here full of confidence and the hype and get shut down. I'm very, very interested in seeing what this man can bring to the octagon.
All right, gentlemen, first round.
Ian Garry, as a minus 400 favorite in the green trunks, makes his debut tonight. Jordan Williams counters in what?
Ooh, Jordan Williams just landed a couple of very good shots.
He did, right off of an inside leg kick.
And he looks very confident.
Ooh! Then Jordan landed again.
Show your jab and counter with your right hand. It's there.
The one thing Williams cannot do is start to overextend. He's got to stay within himself. He cannot overextend and open up counter opportunities for Ian Garry.
Nice right high kick by Garry. He's in on a single.
Watch out of the break. Yes.
Good right hand there on the break by Ian Garry, but so far he hasn't had the big moments that he had hoped.
Work your speed, Ian.
Oh, nice. Good left high kick.
Williams is not getting to him with the initial shot. It's the one that follows it. He extends his combination. There it is. See, like that. He'll extend his combination. One extra punch.
He expects it to stop and to be able to counter. And so he's looking for that counter when the second shot hits him.
Yep.
You can see everything coming. Hands are up. Nice right.
Huge right counter. Williams nearly out of his feet. Ian Garry coming up large in the debut.
Joe, that's the the one you said he was looking for, right?
That's
the
it.
counter shot, and it landed.
That's the successful UFC debut, ladies and gentlemen, and that was the big moment that he had been looking for. Jordan really overextended himself, and Ian Garry just stops him dead in his tracks and bam! Turns the lights out.
Hey, we have a lot to learn, guys.
I know.
We have a lot to learn.
Hey, listen, that was perfect. Out.
Hey, Steph.
Out.
Hey, that's what we were. Hey, nice job. Making my UFC debut at MSG. It doesn't get bigger than this. We just shocked the world. The Irish are back, baby. A wise Irish man once said before me, he stepped in this very cage and he said, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. And this is the takeover part 2.
Ian Garry, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Ian went in the cage and backed up his talk, right? I mean, some guys talk until they get in there and you got to see what they're going to do, and he definitely did it. You can see it took him a little while to get comfortable, then once he started to find his range, that's when he gets dangerous. And yeah, he put on one hell of a performance, that's for sure.
You can see that he's very young, you know, but you can see that he has something that is different, you know, and to make a debut like that and knock the guy out, who's a doable guy, you know, it's just beautiful.
If you go home, you can go with it. Everyone else.
What the hell happened?
Congratulations.
Hey, look. There's one Irishman done it before. Right? Thing is, I'm taller, I'm bigger, I'm better. You'll see, trust me.
Welcome.
Hey,
Congrats. Welcome, Jim.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
It's the takeover part 2. You need to see a vlog we done. It looks exactly like this.
We need to get
Layla gets herself in. Layla gets herself in, and I'm like, here.
We need an apple box. Okay, there we go.
You good?
Look how naturally tall I am, Ian.
First minute and a half of the round, I was like a bit kind of like, this is happening. This is really, really happening. And then I kind of changed. I was like, right, get your distance. Ended that round, caught that right hand, put him on his ass, and that was it. That was all she wrote. It's exciting because even still, like, I'm 23, I've just made my UFC debut, and I know how much I've got to learn and to work on. It's like, we've just smashed it, made an epic debut, and now it's time to take over.
Regarded by many as the greatest of all time, UFC Hall of Famer George St-Pierre is revered for his contributions both in and out of the octagon. We talked to some present-day fighters about the Canadian superstar and the legacy he left to live up to.
For well over a decade, George St-Pierre exemplified excellence both in and out of the octagon. And those 3 letters, GSP, have become synonymous with another acronym that is popular in sports, GOAT.
George St-Pierre!
GSP is the greatest UFC fighter to ever live.
He is the greatest welterweight of all time. One of the most well-rounded guys ever in the game.
If you were going to create the perfect mixed martial arts athlete, he would look like George St-Pierre. He would move like George St-Pierre. The man is an absolute legend.
Greatest fighter of all time. What he's done has been unbelievable.
His mindset was all about progression and being the best that he could be.
Every time GSP entered the octagon, man, he was showing something new and different and amazing.
He's such a true martial artist. He was so good at everything. And George's game evolved from a very good striker with kicks to a tremendous jab to an even better double leg and wrestling game, which he would just dominate people with. And he added into submissions, he added in the head kicks, he added in everything.
There we go. Bam! Oh!
You know, he dominated pretty much everybody, not really many close fights. You know, what he did, people couldn't stop him from doing.
Everything's so calculated. So everything that you did, he already had an answer. So it was like fighting a computer program.
I think GSP's mind makes him different. You know, the way that he thinks the game and the way that he can apply it.
His strength was being extremely good everywhere.
He can strike, can wrestle, can keep you in the ground, and he was always able to find a way to win, you know.
He beat you wherever he saw the opening, being able to take advantage of all openings.
He was like a full package of an athlete, so that's what I want to strive to be like.
For me, the greatest of all time is how you influence people to get into mixed martial art. It's not even your fighting style or the title defense or whatever. This he has, but many people have more title defense, but you don't look at them as role models. That's why I think George St-Pierre is the greatest of all time.
He was a very respectable guy. He didn't really talk any trash about his opponents. You know, a lot of people like me just respect a guy like that and look up to a guy like that.
He carries himself the way a martial artist is supposed to, and I have so much respect for that.
He is the epitome of professional fighter.
There is no other place and moment that I want to be than where I am right now. I can't wait.
He showed that you don't have to be this brash, outlandish character if you want to be successful in the sport.
George St-Pierre is a household name in Canada. Everybody knows who he is. If you're a Canadian and you weren't cheering for George St-Pierre, you're kind of
This building is as loud as any in mixed martial arts, especially when GSP is fighting.
GSP absolutely blew the sport up in Canada. A lot of fans got into mixed martial arts because of him.
He's a superstar beyond anything any of us can ever attain.
GSP had an amazing career and a lot of fights. I can't even pick a favorite one because he just had too many.
His fights with Matt Hughes, which was incredible.
George St-Pierre is one of the greatest athletes that has ever been in the Octagon. It's going to take a lot to take that belt away from Matt Hughes. Oh, Superman punch caught him. Big hit. Down goes Hughes. It is over. George St-Pierre is the new welterweight champion.
Matt had beat him, and he come back and beat him both times in dominant fashion.
The second fight with Matt Serra, it shows the spirit of a true champion to come back and dismantle a guy who dismantled you last time round.
So much stronger than he was earlier in his career.
He only lost twice, and he avenged both of those losses dominantly.
More knees by GSP. George St-Pierre is the undisputed UFC welterweight champion.
That would probably top it for me. From that moment, I wanted to experience that myself.
His reign as the champion was absolutely incredible. He beat all the top guys in the division at the time at welterweight, and he was really just unstoppable.
My favorite performance of George was with Carlos Condit. It was one of his performances where he faced so much adversity.
Carlos Condit head kicked him, dropped him, and he still got up.
Condit. That's a nice head kick. Oh, he got it, sir. Carlos' big kick to the head.
You know, he found a way to get back in the fight and end up winning.
It was a very impressive performance.
I'll never forget when George St-Pierre announced that he was coming out of retirement to go up to 185 to fight Michael Bisping for the belt.
George St-Pierre making his first start since 2013.
George is very composed. Footwork looks excellent.
He's fighting phenomenal right now.
Oh! GSP dropped Bisping!
You know, being out of the sport for so long and you know, choking out Bisping, I mean, it just solidified that he's one of the greats.
George St-Pierre has done it! He is the new UFC middleweight champion!
That was a memorable moment for me and every Canadian.
Unbelievable.
George St-Pierre marched to the beat of his own drum. That's why we love him, and that's why he's a legend.
Of a lot of greats that have come through this game, especially from back in the day, he's one that I believe would have dominated in any era.
There's not a whole lot of argument in my mind that George St-Pierre is the greatest of all time.
He finished at the top. You can only respect someone for that because I know how hard that would be.
I love this sport, and I'll never really leave it. I can say that I think I did what I set out to do. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, everybody.
2021 marks the 20th anniversary of the first ever WEC event. The promotion was pivotal for the growth of MMA's lighter weight divisions, and the champions they produced would go on to become some of the biggest names in the sport. For a reminder of some of the more iconic bouts for belts on that blue canvas, we asked former bantamweight champion Dominic Cruz to take 5 and list his most memorable title fights from the WEC era.
The WEC really positively impacted my career because I won my first title in 2010. I had some of my biggest rivalries back then with Team Alpha Male, and it just really shaped my career early on. Also, when the WEC merged and unified with the UFC, all of our champions became champions in the UFC to prove how legitimate the WEC always was. I'm Dominic Cruz, and these are my top 5 championship fights in the WEC. At number 5, Jose Aldo versus Mike Brown. Jose Aldo versus Mike Brown was an amazing fight because Mike Brown had been able to take down everybody in the division. He'd been literally just obliterating everybody, and so had Aldo. So when the two came together, it was like striker versus wrestler at a time where you hadn't seen a lot of that in the lighter divisions, and they did not disappoint.
Jose Aldo, look at that combination. And Brown's dazed momentarily. He grabs a single, and now it's Aldo attacking. Brown goes into a defensive posture, and Brown's in trouble. Aldo goes to the mount. Now Jose Aldo now is just teed off on Mike Brown. Brown trying to survive. And that's it. Steve Mazzagatti ends it. We have got a new champion in the featherweight division.
Jose Aldo Jr.
Coming in at number 4, Brian Stann versus Doug Marshall. Brian Stann versus Doug Marshall is an awesome fight because they just kind of felt each other out for a second, and then it was just an absolute slugfest.
Brian Stann gets blocked. Look at this. How do you like this action? And that is it. Guido has
Brian Stann has some powerful punches. Powerful punches.
At number 3, you got Jamie Varner versus Cowboy Cerrone, number 1.
Touch gloves, go back, let's do this.
Varner and Cerrone was an awesome fight because back and forth. Cerrone was trying to throw up submissions, and his striking was awesome. And Jamie Varner was just, his boxing was on point and his wrestling was on point.
They've been giving it all out. Varner showing some power with the fist. And again, the blows come down. Deciding to bring the thunder. What a kick from Varner. These guys have put on a great show here in San Diego. That's what you would expect out of a main event on a WEC card.
Watch the
knee from Cerrone.
Time.
Up until that 5th round when that illegal knee landed. And for that to happen at the end of that war was just such an unsettling feeling that it just culminated the crazy rivalry from then on, blood rivalry.
That's it. Josh Rosenthal is saying Varner cannot continue.
That's a shame, you know, such a beautiful fight going back and forth.
Number 2 is Uriah Faber versus Jose Aldo. What made Uriah Faber versus Jose Aldo so special was just watching the way Aldo fought by kicking the leg.
Again with his leg kicks, he's landing them over and over again, and he's nowhere to be found when Uriah's throwing his big shots. Oh man, that was a hard one.
You'd never really seen that kind of damage done to somebody's leg. And at the time, me and Faber were deep in our rivalry, so it felt nice to watch it.
And still, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Number 1 on the list, me versus Scott Jorgensen, putting the UFC and the WEC titles together and unifying.
Jorgensen taking on the champion, Dominic Cruz.
For so many years, everybody says, but when are you going to be in the UFC? But when are you going to be in the UFC?
One of these men will leave the cage with not one but two belts, and right now, it is the defending champion, Dominic Cruz, clearly in control of his opponent.
What a performance by the champ.
When we finally conjoined them, the two titles together to unify, there was no more questions, and it was a beautiful night to have both belts. It just felt great.
Great night here in the WEC.
Before he settled for a career as an MMA fighter, former UFC light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz considered enlisting in the Polish military. Recently, Jan was invited to an army base near his Warsaw home to share some combat knowledge with the soldiers. In return, they offered their take on that legendary Polish power.
Today, it's gonna be a great day. I believe in that because we go to military place. We're gonna do some nice things over there, and I think I will do some training also for soldier. I'm excited. I cannot wait. Right now we are in military place. It's near to Warsaw, so my neighborhood. What we are doing here, we spend some time with the soldiers. They support me, so sometimes I support them.
Wystarczy, dzięki. Dziękuję bardzo, nie spodziewałem się, że tak miło przyjmiecie. Słuchajcie, gratuluję przysięgi. Jak gdybym nie poszedł w sport, to też bym był w armii, więc kto wie, może byśmy się spotkali, ale moje życie potoczyło się inaczej, ale fajnie, trochę wam zazdroszczę. Ja korzystam jak mogę z takich właśnie sytuacji, żeby poczuć trochę tego żołnierskiego życia. Także fajnie, cieszę się. I co, trzymam kciuki za was, a wy trzymajcie za mnie. Dziękuję.
They give me a lot of energy when they start screaming my name.
Znajdujemy się na obiekcie szkoleniowym na strzelnicy 1. Brygady Pancernej, która jest częścią właśnie 18. Dywizji Zmechanizowanej.
You feel power when you ride something like this, Nothing can stop you, You just can ride and enjoy the feelings, of the power of this machine. So it's amazing. I want one in my garage.
Nie ma, Macie, uważać na głowę, na oczy, bo tutaj będziesz miał zagłuszki, będziesz dosyć głośno, pytania masz, to będziesz miał.
Ale to ma moc!
Normally I hate to fly, but right now I want to fly, That was awesome. Maybe I will join the military, Maybe I still got time. They've got nice toys. Oh, there's an amazing feeling, We just do the training with soldiers. I show them some technique. I just want to share my knowledge. Soldiers, they have to know how to fight. Okay? Lecimy.
Tak, mam możliwość codziennie uczęszczać do grupy zawodniczej w Warszawskim Centrum Atletyki i tam trenujemy razem właśnie z Jankiem. Ponieważ cały czas jest sobą i nie robi czegoś po coś, tylko cały czas tak jakby zawsze jest pomocny, pomoże w każdej sprawie.
Tym bardziej jesteśmy wdzięczni, że mistrz Janek znalazł czas i tych młodych adeptów sztuki wojennej, tych młodych żołnierzy natknął.
One of my dreams come true today, so I just excited, I will not sleep today. It's just a great feeling, when people like soldiers talk about you, that you are a hero for them. Of course, I've got a lot of respect for them because that's what they do. I will not die in the cage, They've got different kind of style of fighting, so I've got a lot of respect to them, and I'm happy they have respect to me.
Well, that's all for this season. We will see you next time right here on UFC Connected. Thank you so much for watching.